Guess nobody wrote in today.
This Martha is a lucky woman. This Martha is a lucky woman.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
There's plenty of ways to profess your love. Why a castle?
I am architect and engineer by trade. Building things is what I know. And my beloved Martha always loved castles. I thought this will be fitting. She will be so surprised when she sees it. I cannot wait to see her face.
I want to hear more about this Martha. How did you meet her?
Her father was chairman of rail company where I worked in Rampton. He introduced us.
And you started courting?
For a time, yes. Then my work brought me to Western Vespuccia, but we have corresponded. I send letter every month.
Hang on. When was the last time you saw Martha?
Just before I came here, 7 years.
You're telling me you haven't seen Martha in 7 years, and you've built her this castle hoping she'll marry you? What if she says no?
She will not refuse me, not when she sees what I can give her. But perhaps you will see for yourself. I sent her telegram to invite her here, and she sent a response. Today she will be here.
I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
Is it your intention to actually live in this place?
Of course.
Wouldn't it help to have some doors?
All in due time. My dear Martha has delicate constitution. Desert heat will be good for her health.
Does she have problems with her breathing?
Yes, I believe so. Often when I would visit, her housemaid would say she was too ill to see anyone.
Now, I've heard that one before.
So have you been building this castle for 7 years then?
About that long, yes. I began at once when I moved here, so that I could bring Martha here to live with me as soon as possible.
Caramba!
Great work takes time.
You said you built this all by yourself? How'd you manage that?
As I said, I am engineer by trade. There are plenty of stones all around. I simply gather and place them.
I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
Just goes to show what one man can accomplish if he puts his mind to it. Damn impressive.
I have a nagging feeling that things will not end well for poor Mr. Circus. I have a nagging feeling that things will not end well for poor Mr. Circus.
This Martha is a lucky woman. Harley, does it seem to you that something is not quite right about Mr. Circus' story?
I had that thought, yes.
I have a suspicion that the lady over there might have some clarification to offer.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Your name wouldn't happen to be Martha, would it?
Why, yes it is, Martha Ward. Do I know you?
No, but I've heard lots about you. Mr. Villia Circus told me all about you.
Oh, did he? Is he now enlisting strangers to assist him courting a married woman?
Wait, you're married?
Quite happily, 6 years last June.
Santa Maria!
Does Mr. Circus know that?
No. That's why I'm here.
Is your husband aware that you've come here?
Oh, heavens, no, he'd be furious. I left him a note saying I was going to visit my sister. Naturally, he has no idea a circus even exists. But he's very protective.
Mr. Circus told me you've been corresponding all this time.
Is that what he said?
He claims to have sent you a letter every month.
And they've each gone straight into the fire. I would have thought he'd get the message after years with no reply. But he's left me no choice except to come here and spell it out for him.
Is the desert heat making you feel better?
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Circus said it might help your delicate constitution.
Yes, I suppose he would think that. You see, when I didn't wish to receive him, I would instruct my staff to make excuses. Say I wasn't feeling well or away taking the waters somewhere. It wasn't entirely forthright of me, I admit, but Circus was vexatiously persistent.
How did you and Mr. Circus meet?
He worked for my father's company. We were introduced at a Yuletide soiree. He was pleasant enough, but then he began calling on me at home. I didn't wish to encourage him, but he kept pursuing me anyway.
Did you ever actually tell Mr. Circus you weren't interested?
I gave him no favorable sign. Eventually, I stopped receiving him with my father's blessing. He imagined a better match for me than some associate engineer. Thankfully, Mr. Circus was reassigned to Western Vespuccia after a few months.
Enjoy your day, ma'am.
You as well. And if you see Mr. Circus again, please don't tell him I'm staying here. I'll go and speak with him when I'm ready.
I cannot believe that fool spent all his time chasing a married woman. Has he no shame?
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
Mr. Circus, there's something you should know about Martha.
What? What is it?
Well, it turns out she's married. Has been for 6 years.
What? How do you know this? Did you meet her?
Yes. She said she would come speak to you when she was ready.
Ah, this explains everything. When I did not hear from her, I blamed this country's ineffectual postal service. But clearly this brute has kept her from writing, or even hidden my letters from her.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand. I understand very well. She would not have agreed to come if she did not want to escape unhappy marriage.
Ah, right. I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
Just goes to show what one man can accomplish if he puts his mind to it. Damn impressive.
I have a nagging feeling that things will not end well for poor Mr. Circus.
I cannot believe that fool spent all his...
Ma'am?
Yes?
Mr. Circus seems convinced you're going to leave your husband for him.
And I'm sure Mr. Circus also believes pigs can fly.
How will you deal with him? He clearly won't take no for an answer.
I'll find a way. I'll just...
Martha!
Bronson, what are you doing here?
I'd ask you the same. Why did you lie to me?
Oh, Bronson, I didn't want to, but I had no choice. Things are just so complicated.
What in the ether does that mean? And who are these people?
Mr. Ward, I presume? We're just passing through, but we'd like to help your wife.
What are you talking about?
Please, Bronson, I can explain everything.
Damn fine idea. Start by telling me what you're really doing here.
I came to deal with some personal business.
Personal business? What personal business could you have?
There's a reason it's personal. You don't need to know everything about your wife.
Like hell I don't. What business is this of yours, anyway?
Perhaps you should just tell him, Senora.
I have an unwanted suitor. I've come here to tell him to leave me alone once and for all.
You what? Where is he? I'll kill him.
No, you will not.
I will so. Tell me where to find the bastard.
Hey now, get that bee out of your bonnet.
I've had it up to here with your cheek. I don't need your help. I'll find him myself.
Bronson, come back here this instant. I can't believe you. You've no idea what my husband is capable of.
I do not think that went very well.
Scoundrel! Ruffian! I'll teach you to lust after another man's wife!
Ah, so you are the swine keeping Martha prisoner.
Why, you foreign bastard!
Whoa, easy, feller.
Bronson, have you gone mad?
You have until the count of 10 to get out of my sight and out of our lives forever. Otherwise, I'll make sure you won't bother us again. 1, 2.
Quit the theatrics, Mr. Ward. Leave that poor fool alone.
Shut up! This is my business!
Maybe so, but we aren't going to stand here and allow you to put this man's life in danger.
Bronson, put that gun away and stop acting like a fool.
I'm doing this for you, my sweet!
But I asked you not to, Sugar Plum.
You do well to listen to your wife, Mr. Ward.
This is, after all, her business, and not yours.
I'm her husband. Of course it's my business.
Mr. Circus, I think it's very clear that this isn't going your way. Just let her go. She's not worth your life.
Very well. Please, sir, I will not trouble you again.
Do I have your word? You will stay away from my wife and disappear from our lives for good?
You have my word.
Very good. Come, Martha. Let's get out of this cesspit.
A moment, please. I will be right behind you. I'm terribly sorry it all had to turn out this way, Vilius.
Why did you not tell me you no longer desired my affections?
I didn't know how.
Martha, I am here now. Tell me what you feel.
I feel nothing for you. I never did. I don't know why I never said anything. I think I was afraid of your reaction. But I hoped you would take my silence as a clear indication of my disinterest.
I cannot believe what I am hearing. I spent 7 years building this castle for you. All my money, everything I own was spent to fund the construction. And now, this.
You know, the pair of you make me sick.
I beg your pardon?
This poor dimwit wastes years of his life obsessing over a woman too lily-livered to tell him the truth. I'd say you deserve each other.
And here I thought you were on my side.
Harley is right. You each need to face your truths.
Disgraceful.
Perhaps I should have been bolder in speech and made my refusal more plain.
And I should have heard the words in your silence.
Please forgive me. And forget me.
I can promise the one, never the other. Goodbye, Martha.
Rough break, fella. But there's plenty of mares on the plain.
You speak of horses when I have been spurned by a goddess.
Now then, deifying was probably your first mistake.
What's going on here?
Oh, you missed a hell of a show.
You gonna be all right, Mr. Circus?
I will carry on.
What will you do with this castle?
it is the only home I have. I am not sure.
I'm sure your castle will attract travelers. Caught our eye, for sure. You could open it to guests, charge admission, earn back some of what you spent on it.
And invite the whole world to gawk at my misfortune? What else is left to me? Tour guide of monument to my folly.
We done here?
I believe so.
Good.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
You think that charlatan at the spring learned his lesson?
I doubt he'll be trying that little scheme again anytime soon.
How about another story?
Sure! Here's one about the time I lassoed a rabid coyote. And that's how I ended up with this scar.
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
What's going on?
I don't much care for the looks of that sky.
No? Looks fine to me.
Give it half an hour and it won't. There's a dust storm coming. We need to seek shelter fast.
We can't just stop and wait it out on the wagon?
Even secured, there's a chance it could blow over. I'm not risking it. There's a house up ahead a ways. We'll stop and see if we can shelter there.
All right. I'll let the others know. Lola wasn't kidding about the storm picking up. Is someone living here? That sky is bad news. Hello? Anybody home? No answer. And wouldn't you know it, it's locked. Good thing I've got these lockpicks. Oh!
Can I help you with something?
My companions and I need a place to ride out the storm. We thought this house was abandoned.
Well, it's not. But how many are ye?
There's 6 of us. That's our wagon back there on the road.
Well then, go fetch 'em.
You're sure?
I won't have ye blow away on me porch. And you'll be keeping an old man company. So long as you're not bandits or thieves, are ye?
No, sir. We're fortune seekers. Of an honest sort.
Then we'll be getting along just fine. Now, get your folk in here quick, before we all get whisked to Kingdom Come.
Appreciate you letting us ride out the storm in here, sir. Mighty good of you.
Ah, of course. As I told your mate, I'm glad for the company. Welcome to me home. I'm Captain Philip Boylan.
Pleasure's all ours. I'm Jake Ackerman. And this is Miss Leger, Mr. Luo, Mr. Marquez, Ms. Redbird, and Miss Johnson.
Fine-looking crew, sure. And not to worry, there's plenty of space here. I've a spare room upstairs and a settee in the library.
So, Captain Boylan, would that be a sea captain?
Aye.
We're a long way from water. What brought you out here?
There'll be time for trading tales soon enough. For now, I'll be needing some assistance. I was about to start supper. Seeing as I'm setting extra places, I could use a couple more hands.
I'd be glad to help.
As would I.
Ah, grand.
Could you use another?
Sure. All right, shall we? The rest of ye, make yourselves at home. I'll sound the gong when supper's ready. Excellent work, galley crew. We'll be feasting within the hour.
You're fortunate to be so well provisioned. We recently visited a community that was having trouble with their crops, although Harley found a way to help.
So, Captain,
Aye?
where did all these potatoes come from?
Suppose the dust was kicking up already when ye arrived, so ye didn't see. They're from me own fields, just yonder.
You're a farmer then?
Just an old retired sea dog making do. I just thank God me crops have fared so well.
Captain, I was wondering...
Aye?
Where did you get that gong?
Oh, that were a gift from an old friend who spent a few years sailing out of Shanghai. Is that from whereabouts ye hail yourself, Mr. Luo?
Me? Oh, no. That is, my parents came over from China, though I'm not sure where exactly. They never talk much about it. But my brother and I were both born in El Presidio.
Ah.
How come your parents didn't tell you where they came from?
They don't like talking about their old lives. I eventually gave up asking.
Such a shame. I never knew where my parents came from either.
Well, the important thing is, we're enjoying each other's company right here and now.
Right.
So have you ever been to China?
No. I hope to go someday, though. Maybe I can...
Maybe. Stranger things have happened.
Well, this should be plenty, thank ye. Why not go rest up? I'll sound the gong when supper's ready.
That was lovely. What an interesting life he's led.
I bet he's got as many stories as Jake. Now, speaking of which, I better go find him.
I'm going to look in the library. See you at dinner.
It seems the good captain is an avid reader.
No kidding.
Harley, what are you doing? We are Captain Boylan's guests, not common bandits.
That's a nice instrument.
Isn't she? Very finely crafted. I wonder how the captain came by her.
These shelves are full of ship's logbooks. Captain Boylan had a long career. A seaside landscape. I'm detecting a theme. If I had to guess, I'd say this came from someplace in Africa. That probably goes to a closet or a basement or something. Locked.
Miss Leger, eager for your supper?
Just looking around.
I'll sound the gong when it's ready.
Wasted no time making yourself comfortable, I see.
My back's been acting up lately, you know? Truth is, it's been a while since I was out on the road like this, camping with only a bedroll every night. Guess I got used to inns and soft mattresses, and there's a decent bed in the show wagon. Now, it ain't like I've gone soft or nothing, just, you know, showing my old bones some love.
A plain old sea chest. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
Miss Johnson, there you are.
Yep.
Can you see anything through that spyglass?
Just the wagon. Wanted to make sure it's standing up to the storm.
And is it?
Seems to be. Excuse me, won't you?
I can just make out the wagon through the dust. At least it hasn't blown away. A musty-smelling mess of laundry. Captain Boylan was quite dashing in his youth. It's empty. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway. This is the water closet. A ship in a dense fog. Hey, I've seen this sort of thing before. I believe it's called scrimshaw. It's got an old sailing ship on it. It's been carved with a whale design. It's got a seabird on it, a pelican, I think. Someone carved a lighthouse onto this. It doesn't do much for me. The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little model sailor that looks kind of like Captain Boylan.
I can't remember the last time this table was so full. How are ye finding the fare?
Not bad.
Most satisfactory.
The very soul of rustic simplicity. Quite simple and, unadorned.
And no adornment needed. My compliments to the kitchen. But then I'm not exactly impartial.
In any case, it's been a real pleasure having a proper meal at a table.
Been roughing it then?
And how? The campfire don't compare to this.
Where are ye folks headed?
El Presidio.
Ah, I used to sail out of there.
Have you by chance heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
I can't say the name rings a bell. Is he a friend of yours?
No, he's really of no relevance. Can't imagine why Miss Legere would bring him up. You said you sailed from El Presidio, Captain Boylan?
Aye, for many a year. I used to captain a whaler.
No kidding. You must have some stories.
A fair few. I could tell ye about the largest beast we ever snared. The one what took me leg.
Go on then, tell us.
It was back in 25. We was circling a lagoon off the coast of New Spain. We were on the point of giving up, when suddenly a great monster breaches off the port bow. She was the biggest I'd ever seen. I shouted the order to launch the whaleboats in pursuit. Me men put all their backs and all their hearts into rowing, and soon we was on her. All around, the water was churning white with foam. The beast surfaced again so close, we nearly capsized. But the harpooner had steady legs and a steadier aim on him, and he struck true. Then the battle began. Oh, Oh, how she thrashed and reared. Somehow, the rope got wrapped round me leg and pulled and tore almost clean through. I thought I was a goner for sure, but it wasn't over yet. At last, the beast tired out. We hauled her in just as it was getting dark. Cutting her up was no easy job. She was 50 foot if she was an inch. Got a good sum for all that oil and blubber. But it wasn't only the whale went under the knife that night. Doc cut me up too, taking care of what little was left of me leg by that point. Saved me life.
Quite a tale.
That poor creature.
I doubt you'd feel that way if you met one yourself, Missy.
How about we just finish our dinner? If anybody has an appetite left after that story.
Aye, fair enough. No, that was a fine meal. And a fine meal should be followed by some fine rum and conversation. Would ye care to join me in the library?
That sounds like a perfect way to pass the evening.
I'm going to retire. Sounds like the storm's died down, so I'm bunking in the wagon.
You sure that's a good idea, Miss Johnson?
I'm sure. See y'all bright and early.
Harley, a word?
What is it?
Captain Boylan's a friendly feller, but you were a mite loose-lipped at dinner, if I may say. We don't need every Tom, Dick, and Harry knowing about our search for Clark's money.
I only asked Boylan if he'd heard of Clark, not a word about the money.
Still, you're treading on thin ice. A more curious sort might start probing, and we don't need that.
Point taken.
Glad we're on the same page. Now let's go join the party.
Sure you won't have some rum, Miss Redbird?
I'm sure. Thank you.
And for you, Miss Leger.
Don't mind if I do.
A toast to new friends.
Cheers! Damn, where'd you say this stuff came from?
A gift from an old friend in Barbados. Best rum in the world, in my opinion. Got plenty more in me cellar. You're welcome to it. Now then, Mr. Marquez, I had a question for ye.
I may have an answer.
Am I mistaken, or are ye of the new Spanish persuasion?
I am, yes.
Ha ha! Grand! I'd like ye to have this. She belonged to an old friend of mine. New Spanish, like yourself. He used to play the most beautiful music. He left her to me when he died, but I always felt she should return to her proper home, as it were.
I'm honored.
Suppose I ought to have asked if you play.
In fact, I do. A little bit, anyway.
Go on, then. Give us a song.
Very well, but let me tune her first. That should do. Now, let's see if I remember.
Goodness, that was beautiful. Where did you learn that?
Thank you, Harley. I had a tutor as a child. My father insisted I learn to play something, so I chose the guitar.
Well, ain't you just full of surprises?
I think this calls for another round.
Hear, hear.
It's been a grand evening. But this old salt needs his beauty sleep. Stay up late as ye like. All I ask is ye not disturb me in me quarters. I'm not a light sleeper, but I can be a right bastard when startled.
I promise we'll steer clear and tiptoe quieter than the angels. Good night, Captain.
See y'all in the morning.
Don't know about you folks, but I ain't ready to bed down just yet.
Yes, the night is still young.
Let's say we have a couple more rounds.
And the rum's all gone now.
Captain Boylan said he had more in the cellar.
I'll just go fetch a bottle or two. Oh, bad news. Cellar's locked.
Oh, chingada.
Guess the party's over, then?
Not necessarily. Harley, would you be so kind as to apply your skills to our little problem?
Sure, I can get that door open. I've still got my lockpicks, so it'll be a cinch.
Atta girl. Let us know when you done it.
The dinner gong. Can't imagine it gets much use. This door goes into the captain's quarters. For an old sea captain, Boylan's got some rather modern conveniences. For an old... Captain Boylan keeps a tidy house. It's empty. Full of matches. Don't mind if I do. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway. Definitely not the one that got away.